to Space Engineers DIC expansion. We're going to continue on building the Ma. In between episodes, I did replicate the landing pad on the other side. I also set up all the groups and timer blocks and everything, so we can actually trigger both landing pads with one single button. There's not even a button for an open and a button for a close. It just toggles. And I got away with doing all of that with only 3 timer blocks. So it also, as well as locking it in place, I also lock the rotors as well, which is why I used additional timer blocks. So there's one that, one timer block that unlocks the rotors, unlocks the landing gear, and reverses the direction. And then there's a timer block for locking the left pad, and then one locking the right pad. So 3 timer blocks. And yeah, it's come up pretty good. I did a little bit of greebling up here, and I ended up making what looks to be a plane sitting on top of our ship. Yeah, I didn't even notice until I closed it. No timer blocks for this yet. I've only done the landing pads. That was weird. A little bit of a stutter. Yeah, so I built it in the up orientation. So I didn't realize it was a plane. I wanted to add a little bit of shape to it because it was just a stick. And it looked a little bit weird. So at least this gives it a little bit more shape. And just some weird wings here, just for some detail. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So I'm actually meant to be editing last episode. It's going to take me hours to do that, and I want to play. I've got ideas in my head, and I want to make the most of them while I have them. Which means next episode's going to take a little bit longer to come out than I would like, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so for underneath, I think I'm going to leave all of this as a spacer, which means we can actually dump a whole heap of batteries and stuff in here if we need to. I would like to be able to store quite a lot of power on this. And then, so this row here is going to be the ceiling for everything underneath. And I think I'm going to have the flight deck right at the front here. And then inside there's going to be a couple of stairs that go down like 2 blocks. And then underneath that is going to be the drill command station. Now this pillar here is basically how far down the legs have to come, because of how low the drill head comes down. So that's basically the room I've got to work with, but I'm hoping we don't need to use up that much space. I'm thinking it'll be probably about this thick here at the back, and then it'll bulge down at the front a little bit where the command station is. Speaking of which, we could probably start getting a little bit of this done. Wait, would it actually be better to do it like that? No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's a shame there's no shape that fits that. I would use that so often. I'm always screwing around with these shapes. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. All right, sweet. That is done. That's definitely going to cause issues if we try that. Yeah, maybe we will have to do that. Okay, well that sort of fleshes that out a little bit more, except for that. Looks a little bit less spindly. I would like to test this though. So, need to unlock it and then lift. Sounded like it was struggling then. And yeah, I just want to check all this, make sure we don't get any sparks or anything. Plenty of room. How'd we go down here? Ooh. Okay. She's a bit close. We are going to need a block there, but I think I'm just going to slope down from there anyway, so this will probably get covered up with one of those. Oh, we need to fix this as well. Then go down. That should connect it. And seeing as this is all one grid anyway, let's just do it all in one hit. God, I really don't like how it bounces around. So we need to do that there. And then that one there. That should be all connected, hopefully. So now I just need to get in there to paint this one, or I could do it manually. Here we go. Did that work? I can't tell. I think it did. Well, wait. If this turns green... Yep. It's connected. Why is this thing wobbling so much? Okay, I feel a lot better with that. Now I'm hoping that this one in the middle isn't going to be an issue, because we can't do anything about that one. That one is stuck there. But let's get these guys back up and we'll see if that did anything. Pistons on, reverse. Yeah, so I did some testing on another save, and these piston heads were just clipping on the edge of it, and it was actually stopping the pistons from moving. only lifting it up though. They could push it down fine. But when they were trying to lift the drill head up, it wouldn't. But this is looking a lot better. So far that looks clear. Okay, we're hearing some struggles. Oh, and have a look at this. I'm gonna ruin your day. See where the prongs are on that piston? See where they are on this one? Yeah. It's like that the entire way. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. It bothers me so much. But I think about all the work that's involved in redoing that, and I think, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that is definitely not lifted up. What's the go here? Oh, it's these guys. Yeah. You guys are going to need more power. Let's grab both of them. So it would seem that having two sets of pistons does actually help. Because these ones in the middle here struggle. Unless I've changed the force of these guys. No, they're still on 50k. God damn it. That's the wrong direction. Like the tint is going in the wrong direction. So it's got to be this one. There it is. Jesus Christ. I'm not even going to tell you how long that took me. That's atrocious. Okay. Now, for the flight deck, it'd be nice to be able to see out the sides as well. So, do we want to just put on... some of these? No, we're going to have to come out on an angle. So, is that right? I think so. Alright, that looks good. And I think we're just going to have the two blocks here. So the floor is going to be right here. Yeah, I'm not sure if that actually seals it off. Like, is that considered airtight? Let me know, because I like I said, I haven't done much stuff in space. Most of my gameplay has been down on Earth. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure if this is actually going to be airtight because of that section there. And these. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the rest of it will be okay. Okay, just for starters, I need to get the floor down here. So I'm just going to place a couple of blocks. So I can come out. Actually get some of this done. Do we want to do that? Sure, it'll add a little bit of variation to the ceiling of the next place. Yeah, sure. All right, this tree's got to go. Is that the right tree? Yeah. Get out of the way. Despawn. You too. Alright, so that's what I'm thinking. You can stand right up on the edge and look down. We won't need any visibility at the sides, just directly down. So we'll be able to block that off with armor. Somehow. Maybe something like that. I don't want this to be too big. Like I said, we're not spending much time in here. It's just to fly to wherever we need to go. And then most of the time it's going to be spent down here. So realistically, we want to just cut this off fairly short. Wow, that was some hardcore lag. Get some stairs going straight down. Actually, I could probably come back a little bit. Damn it, what am I going to do about this? Because if I do a staircase like that, it's going to look fucking weird as. And we haven't really left ourselves enough room to, whoops, to stand out here and monitor shit. I have no idea what I'm doing now. This is just dumb. And there's no room in here with that fucking staircase there. Staircase has got to come all the way back here or something. Alright, what about that? That's not too bad. Obviously this needs to move. And probably that one as well. I'll sort this out, but yeah, just... That's not bad. We'll have the same on the other side. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. This thing in the middle needs to go though. Actually, maybe not. Maybe all it needs is love. During the day, that'll look a lot better because you'll be able to see straight through. All right, I think that can work. Now, this section here is going to go back through here, and then we're going to come up to where the refineries and the cargo storage is. This is not going to have anything else, I don't think. Might put medical stuff here. As risky as that is. I mean, because if we crash, like that's the first thing that's going to go, is whatever we've got on the bottom. It's difficult to see. I hope this isn't too big. Like tall, I mean. All right, well, I'm going to have a break here, and I might just keep pottering around doing some greebling, get things sorted out. Pretty soon, we're going to have to start working on the nacelles. And then, obviously, the cargo area. But I don't think we're going to be able to do the cargo area until we can move the ship. So it might be better off, we might be better off making the nacelles first. And then just moving the ship to a point where we can extend the arse end of it out. All right, but that is, yeah, that is me done. All right, yeah, so I'm gonna have a break here. I'll bring you guys back after I make some more progress. Okay, I know what you're saying. Timmy, this is fucking crazy. What are you doing? But look how cool it is. So I do admit this, when I was talking about having the thruster nacelles, they in my head they weren't this big. But after I started designing it, it just, I don't know, it just made sense. And I really like the fact that when it's in drilling position, they, like, because there's going to be another one on this side. They sort of surround the drill, and like the drill has that big extension as well. So it just, like, it has a really mean presence. Okay, so I still need to get the landing gear on this, and I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to go about that. But I'm thinking some sort of a piston design that we can extend out a little bit further than the shroud here. Because obviously we don't want it, like, that's only one block lower than the drills. Not even one block. So we want it to extend just a little bit further, just to give ourselves a little bit of room. Because we're not going to be landing on pure flat terrain all the time. Yeah, but I like it. It's mean. It would have been nice to be able to do this with pistons, but I couldn't think of a clever way to incorporate that into the rotating mechanism. Just due to, like, the room that we have here, because obviously we need to leave space for the landing pad to fold out. And if we had something like that, yeah, it'd have to be like underneath, and there's not a great deal of room here. But yes, it would have been very cool to have the pistons underneath. I might do a variation of this later on where I try to incorporate that. But for now, this works. We just need to be very careful because obviously our entire thruster array is connected with a single rotor. Which means I did have to increase the torque necessary to lift it to an obscene level. 600 meganewtons. And we do need to always rotor lock this once it's finished doing its rotation. Now this thing on the end, that's going to disappear. The whole reason I put that in is just to mark out how far these thrusters can damage, because when this is folded down, it does come pretty far back here, and I did want to have another set of thrusters back here. I don't know if I'm going to make them rotate like these, purely because of how big that one is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how we would be able to do it. So I'm thinking they are going to be stationary. Oh, I just had a really cool idea. What if they were on pistons as well? So we like, when we're in flight mode and they're flipped down, well, when they're horizontal, these thruster pods will sit in here. And then when we are landing like that, because there's nothing here to damage it or get in the way, we can extend out and then rotate it down. I think that'd look pretty cool. So we'll have to have some safety features on this, because obviously we can't lower the landing pads when the thrusters are in flight configuration, because it just, yeah, it gets in the way. So I'm thinking we have a sensor on the bottom of this. And if it senses a subgrid, which is going to be this thing, because they both line up. I'm getting a lot of lag on this save now. And it's just because of this thing. Because this thing is in the world. So when we do that, that'll trigger a sensor that's on here, which will turn off the timer block, maybe, that controls opening them. So then that way, if we accidentally click the button to open the landing pads, it still won't work because the timer block's off. And then when this thing lifts up and gets clear, the sensor will pick it up and we'll turn on the timer block again. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, this was just a quick update. I'm going to go back to replicating this on the other side now. I'm not going to bother recording it this time. It took me about an hour and a half to design and build this. And I had already done slight designing process before I started building it in the real save. So yeah, it took quite a long time. Now, obviously this isn't completely finished. This is just a rough block-in. I do need some thrusters up here. I think I'm going to put them right there. I might put some small thrusters though. Like just a big stack of them. But yeah, it needs a little bit more detail on this thing, but I just wanted to get like the rough block-in shape of it. All right, cool. I will be back after I make some progress. Okay, so the ship is going to be on hold for a little bit. I can't believe it, but we actually went through all of that iron. I had over 1 million iron ingots. It's a good thing. I'm actually glad, because it was annoying me that we had so many resources. Wow, I cannot believe that. All right, well, this is a job for you. Wait, is that in the flight path? Shit, yeah, that's in the flight path. All right, let's. Yeah, we'll have to do the same thing for this. So we'll have another sensor on maybe the drill itself. If it senses the solar tower, then it will stop me from opening the, like lifting the drill. All right, that should be good. So we should be able to just go in here and look for start. Oh, damn it. Actually, let's just see what that did to Ham. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's when I load up the world, it doesn't save the job in there, obviously. Or it does, but it doesn't continue it, basically. Which is fine. It just means I need to do that. Nope. What the? Oh, it's the connector. That's what it is. I'm thinking maybe I destroyed that connector or something at some point, and so this lost its path or something, or maybe it still has the path, but it doesn't know where the home thing is. I don't know. Something. All right. So how much iron do we have? 760,000. All right, cool. Well, back to work. I haven't gotten very far, as you can see. But I will continue with this monstrosity. I'll bring you guys back.